predicted it. He did it, bringing gold back to Australia.
Mate, I'm proud as punch. You got to be happy as an Aussie to bring gold back to the country. Yeah, it's great for him. It's great for the sport. It's great for MMA, UFC. It was a really good weekend, wasn't it?
Oh, man, it was really good. Now there's exciting things happening as well off his win. I got to ask you, man, like, I know when you moved up from welterweight to middleweight, obviously you became champion. Cutting the weight was a pain in the ass, and you've gone into that. What do you think Islam will look like when he moves up to welterweight? Because I hear cutting the weight for him was never the easiest. Do you think it could kind of have a similar effect to you where he might even be able to perform a little bit better a weight class up?
Maybe. It's I guess that's the $1 million question. That's the question everybody's asking. And that's kind of the question. It's the same situation as Topuria as well. How good is Topuria? But what's he going to look like up weight division? Same with Islam. By all reports, though, the weight cut was really hard for him, like really, really hard. He's super strong for that weight division, which, you know, must translate well to moving up, making it a little bit easy cut. Maybe he gets a little bigger. It's that's the $1 million question. Everybody's asking the same thing.
Yeah, Jack's in a pretty cool position of being able to fight someone who's one of the best of all time to do it. I know the first, but like when the Bilal fight, you mentioned how you feel like Jack's going to win. How do you feel about this fight with Islam? Obviously, like people bring up Bilal and they say, hey, this is a good sign, right? Like he was able to stop all the takedowns. But Islam's kind of a bit of a different animal when it comes to the type of wrestling that he implements, right?
Definitely. But like I said, it is hard to try to get like an accurate gauge on what it's going to look like, not knowing how Islam is going to look when he moves up. Okay, it's always the question everybody asks when anybody is moving up a weight division or down a weight division. Okay, there's so many unknowns involved. But saying that, I think that Islam can do everything that Bilal does, but way better. Okay, way better. So, and the fight, I thought Jack handedly had the fight, but it was a fight. Okay, so I don't think it'll be an easy fight for Jack, but I believe in Jack. I think he's got that X factor. He's got that hunger there. You know, he's got the ticker, and you know, just like with Bilal, just like with Burns before, I think he can do the impossible.
I think sometimes with Islam, people defeat themselves before they even get into the octagon because they know they're in for a tough night. And JDM, like you said, he has the ticker. He believes in himself. You know, he'll go in there against anyone just like yourself and challenge himself. Were you one of these guys who were like, well, a lot of people were disappointed that we're not getting the Ilia Topuria Islam fight. Were you one of the guys that was one of your most looked forward to fights? And do you still think that if like Islam wins and Ilia wins, do you still think we get that fight down the track, or do you think that's it for that fight?
I am curious. Like I was curious, like anybody else with Topuria versus Makhachev, right? Everybody wanted that fight, but I'm just as excited for Topuria and like Oliveira. I think that'll be such a good gauge as to how Topuria is going to move around in that division, moving up in the weight division, fighting heavier guys, what he looks like. I'm really excited for that proposition as well. Not to mention, I want all the good things for Jack. I want this big fight. I want this chance at forever greatness for Jack.
You know what the interesting thing is, going back to when you won the belt, you were about 27, right? When you won the belt? Were you 27?
27 or 26, one of those.
26. So yeah, you were even younger than Jack. I think he's 28 at the moment. What's like the one big piece of advice you'd have for him, just going from your experience of winning the belt so young and so early in your career?
It's hard to say. Everybody's different. I think a big thing for me was reestablishing goals. That's a huge one. I think it's a lot of guys. It's a big thing that a lot of champions, guys that reach the top of the game, guys that get the belt wrapped around their waist, struggle to do. Right? They've worked and they've grinded all throughout their career to work their way up to the pinnacle of the sport, and then they achieve it, and they're kind of left in limbo. Right? Not knowing where the next goal is, what got them into the gym 6 days a week, you know? So I think having goals and goal setting is super important for any new champion.